In this example, we're going to model some sets on a given number line. Let's take a look at our first example, which is x is less than 4. What we're going to do is come over to our number line. We're going to indicate number 4 on our number line like so. Recall that if we have a set containing a less than or greater than sign, we're going to use an open circle to indicate that. And if our set contains a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to sign, we're going to use a closed dot for that set. Since the set that we're working with is x is less than 4, this means we're going to have an open circle at the number 4. And we're interested in all of the x values that are less than 4, and that is this side of our number line. Next, to model x is greater than or equal to 4, we're once again going to come over to our number line. We're going to indicate the number 4. And since our set contains a greater than or equal to sign, we are going to use a closed dot at the number 4. And we're interested in all of the x values that are greater than or equal to 4. And that's going to be this portion of our number line. It's also possible that our sets might have two endpoints. For example, here we have x in between -1 and +1. In this case, we can plot both of our endpoints on the number line, -1 and +1, and then take a look at our signs to determine whether or not we need an open or closed circle at these endpoints. For us, we're going to need two closed circles because we have two less than or equal to signs. And the x values in question here are going to be between -1 and 1, so we need this portion in here of our number line. Next up, looking at -5 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 2. Let's go ahead and plot our two endpoints of -5 and +2. The endpoint at -5 is going to require an open circle because it is a less than sign, and the endpoint at 2 is going to require a closed circle because it is a less than or equal to sign. And we're going to shade in all of the values in between like so. Our last example is going to deal with the case where your set might be broken up into two pieces that are not connected on the number line. Let's go ahead and plot our two endpoints, our first one at -3 and our second one at +1. And then we're going to take a look at the two signs. We have a greater than sign at 1, so that means we need an open circle here at 1. And we have a less than or equal to sign at -3. So let's go ahead and put in a closed circle at -3. Looking at our first portion, we need x is greater than 1. So that means I need all of the x values that are to the right of number 1. And the second portion here tells us we need all of the x values that are less than or equal to -3, or everything to the left of -3.